Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's get that music back up and running. God bless you all for being here. And let's rip it like we always do. Yeah, it's a beautiful Sunday morning here for you. It's Sunday at about 6 p.m. for me. So I want to get down and get your update going, all right, so you feel comfortable about the day. A lot happened for Bitcoin. I nailed every call. I've been up all night because my day is your night. So it was perfect for me. I made massive gains. Let's talk about it. So in my trading group, I saw this flag. Let's be honest. The first thing I saw, I'm going to break it down and talk about the volatility and how we nailed this. So the first thing I saw, right, yesterday, and I'll attest to this. I'll tell you exactly what happened to me. It's pretty crazy. So the first thing I saw was this flag, and I go hard, right? And they stop me out, and I lose $500 here, right? But what I do is then I draw this, and I said, this looks like it's going to make an inverted head and shoulder. And I give it to my whole trading group. And then I go real hard here at the bottom. And then we hit the top, I sell again. That time I make like 500. So I make the loss back. And then I go real hard when I see us get tight. And I go back in and I make $1,800. You see? I made so much. I made $20,000 now trading since I got to Singapore. So in 1 week of being in Singapore, I made $20K trading Levy. Nailed it. And I hit so many trades. On top of me hitting Levy, which I don't mean to be rude. I'm not trying to show off. I just got to show you the keys to life here. I also nailed my bot. Like the bot just absolutely destroyed the game. So let's go over the bot ever since the bot started trading here on September 19th. So this is basically about 3 weeks of bot trading. So it enters here at 115.6. It enters here at 113.9. And it enters here at 111. Now I called this bottom. The bot did not, but then the bot got the rev up. And when the market reversed back up, no emotions, did not get stopped out, didn't get crazy. It sold all three positions right there at the head at 116.5. Then we started to see markets start to move, and the bot decided that was a perfect. That's right where I enter. In a flag at the bottom of the channel, the bot got in right there too as well. And then when this flag broke out, the bot bought. So the bot sold. So it bought 117.351, and it sold 120. All right, 120, 155. Nailed that. That was a beautiful scalp, right? This is crazy. Look, then it gets in here again at 122.34, and it sells the exact top at 123.680. Then it gets in again here at 122.641, and it sells the exact top again. Yo, nobody has a better bot than me. I don't care who you are. This thing it's been 100%. It only was 97% because I had to take it down one time to reset the parameters, and it lost 3 trades because I had to cut the trades off at a very small parameter. Now, since then, Bitcoin has taken a bit of a collapse, but that's a high. If you had shorted every all-time high, you'd be in the money. Did I short? No. I made so many gains. I was having a good get-together. I went out to like a village, and I was in basically a $30 million villa right now. I was in a $30 million villa hanging out, but in America, it would be extravagant. Here, a $30 million villa, it's the land that costs so much money. It was still a beautiful home. I'll post a picture of it in a little while, but it was still a beautiful home. Anyway, beautiful. Look at this bot, man. And yes, the bot's expensive. It is expensive. It's over $10,000, all right? and I do receive a commission, but I'm telling you right now, I use it all the time. And look, this is when I get, oh my gosh, man. So this pays for a lot of stuff, man. This bot does it. I put over $150,000. I have 1.4 Bitcoin now, basically, in this bot. It's turned 1 Bitcoin into 1.3. I got into Bitcoin at 60,000, and now the account's over 150K. So it's made me, about $90,000, and that's from 60,000. So it's made me 130% gain, 150% gains. You see, in about a 14th to 15 month period. And I even started small and then started getting harder as it went on. So it's pretty insane what we're seeing here for this bot. But again, you do whatever makes you happy. I am not a financial advisor. I don't think I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice. I'm some guy that just plays with the charts. All right. How is the sync on perfectly? Right? I want to make sure. It looks like it's on to me, but I can't tell. You know what I mean? There's no way. It looks a little behind. Doesn't it look a little behind? Let me see if I can offset it by a couple hundred frames. Perfect, right? All right, Sean tried to tell me there was a sync offset yesterday. So he got in my head. I don't know, which probably true. I don't want to. I just added a 200 frame sync offset. Looks more better, right? Does it? No? Or am I off now? Now? My mom. Yeah, I think I'm on now. No, I think I see. Who cares? Let's get it moving. Okay. So let's break it down again, what I see for Bitcoin. Let me give you your analysis for the day. So it's 6 a.m. You're just waking up. It's Sunday morning. We hit an all-time high on Saturday night while you were basically about to go to bed. I was here all day long watching this happen. I was on that support band hoping Bitcoin could hit, but it was way too far away from the 21 on the 1 hour, way too far away from the 21 on the 4 hour, and it did come crashing down. That was an easy short, too, technically short when you're back to the 21-day moving average. We had a support band, did not hold. So let's break it down. I'm going to delete all my old work, but you can see I gave you guys the trade. And let me show you the Discord so you can see the time-stamped analysis here so you don't have to question whether you should ever join my trading group or not. You can see for a fact for yourself exactly where I gave the trade. Look, up $1,800, in at 124, out at 125, 372. You don't have to be a genius. Look, Bitcoin pumping on a Sunday. I love this. But this is it right here, right? I gave this trade right here, and I said, look how I set it up for you, too. It's pretty amazing. You just got to keep taking these flags until you can't. I have not found a better way to nail price discovery, right? I've been doing this for a long time. So I give you this call right here. And this is at 12:30 a.m. your time, 12:30 my time, okay? And I'm starting to see Bitcoin's getting ready for a bigger move. Number one, even last night I put out this little trade that ended up playing up to the upside. It's just been nuts. Okay, yeah, here's the deal. Okay, let me show you what happened. So I first put out this trade. Remember I told you I got stopped out? I got stopped out $500 because I wanted that flag to play out. I had to take it. Then when I realized it was making this, the shoulder, the right head and shoulder, I drew the shoulder and the right shoulder before it even happened. And I said, that's likely going to happen. And so what it is, I got him right here and I sold the top, which is crazy. To make back my 500, I took this little move right there. You see, just this move to that move. You get it? And then I waited and I said, if it can make the right shoulder and go sideways, I'm all in. Like I'm not playing games. You know, and I made it was like a $300,000 Bitcoin trade. $300,000 trade, you know. So, and then I said, we're in price discovery. Essentially anything goes here with a typo because I always typo. Sadly, many people will get wrecked here as we are not wrecked here, not using risk management. I don't know. I have to type so fast to keep intact and no excuses. I just got to be neater and look at everything. And then let me open this up. I'm like skipping through here. So we had the huge spike, right? And that was that was this idea, and that was and we just this huge pump to the upside. And I was also looking at it on a bigger scale. And so here I am looking at the trade, and I'm like, all right. And then I show you, look, I'm up 488. I'm not lying to you, right? Bang, because I got in at the bottom of the channel, and we're going to the top. Bang, right? Then it starts really ripping, and it goes up like 700 to the top of the channel. And I said, sold that. Sold that for 488 in gains. I desire to re-enter when the right shoulder is made. See, I sell the top. So I was up like 670, but as it came down, I moved the stop loss. They met me somewhere, and bang. So I was break even after chasing on the morning. All right. And now we were at this big support band, and we were making a flag here. And I drew the support band. I'm like, man, there's a good chance now we stay above this key level. All right. So the flag's looking more and more bullish on the right shoulder. I talked about earlier, right? So you could just see how I'm taking you through this. I'm taking you through what's going to happen. There's the support band. There's the right shoulder. And I'm showing you, like, this is likely going to blow, right? And then next thing you know, it ripped out of the flag to the upside exactly like we should. I said I was going to get it right back in, and I put the stop loss below the support band. And bang, it broke out on a massive pump. And then all day it kind of then it started making a new flag, on the support. And I was looking at it, and then I extended it. Now, I sold like 125, 372. You can see my sell. Another thing I want you to see, when people show you trades, they post this stuff, right? Closed price. When did they close? If it doesn't say closed price, they're still in the trade. And anyone can post this. Anyone can post this win and not take profits. And we know they could end up being a loser. We don't know. You got to make sure when someone posts something, it says closed trade, right? So I just wanted to show you how we did it in the trading group. Go to cryptolifer.com. Stop playing with your... I'm extremely accurate. I have one of my friends here on the stream that grew up with me. I see his name here in the chat, Marcus. He'll tell you to your face, man, that he's been learning from me, and I'm his friend of a long, long time. He knows me. He's been watching me play with these charts for 13, 15 years or something crazy. So real people in my life are watching what happened to me by learning the charts, So why is Sammy not at F1? Because we already got exclusive F1 viewing, all right? And we can go back and forth when we want. This is important. I got to do what I got to do. Now, if you want to join Minotaur Trading Bot, hit the link right here in the description. All right, I'm going to copy paste it for you. And here you can schedule a free call. They're going to sit with you. They're going to tell you what's happening. Schedule a call today to find out more at the Minotaur Trading Systems. All right, it's really going to blow your mind. And this is something we want you to kind of experience yourself, understand what's happening, and be a part of something that you wouldn't believe. And the bot is unbelievable. Anyway, hey, I'm not showing something that doesn't work for me. And there's the link to the bot if you want to get down. Jamie also put it down there too as well. Hey, Sam, what's the name of the bot? The Minotaur Trading Bot. Use my link to get exclusive access that you will pay more without my link. So use my link to get down. All right. Hey, Sam, what's the name of the bot? Shout out to Georgie. Is that Georgie? And shout out to my man, Gertie Lawrence Nakor. God bless you, man. Sagdi Love. Hey, God bless you, brother. Long Squeezer. Real people making real gains all the time. I'd rather watch Sammy than F1 for reals. That's cool, man. Wow. I never thought someone would say that about me in my life. But, hey, it did. It happened. So, look, the bot sold the top. I sold the top. And did I get 125, 800, 890? No. But the bot bought 124, 800. I got better than the bot. I got 125, 3. You can see I am even a little more precise than the bot at times. And the bot's sometimes more precise than me. But you mesh my skills and the bot's together, and we're really like an unstoppable team. Like, we're like Starsky and Hutch, me and that bot. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. You name it. We've got it. You know what I mean? So, look. Let's see. We're like bread and butter, man. You know what I mean? I'm like Peanut, and he's the M&M, man. Like, it just doesn't get better than us. So, look at this. Here you go. I'm like Danny DeVito, and he's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and twins. So look, there's a bearish div right there. Like, if you don't think that's bearish div, then you got problems, right? So remember, when you're in a trade and you're far away from the 21-day moving average, it's time to take some profit. Whenever you gap away from the 21, look, I do this for you guys all the time, and I'll do it for you ever so much. You pump, back to the 21. You make the sideways price action, you pump, back to the 21. You pump, back to the 21. You pump, back to the 21, make the flags, flag out, you pump, back to the 21. You will come back to the 21. You dump. It works the same way if I flip price upside down. Watch. Hit Alt-I, flip the price upside down. You pump, back to the 21, back to the 21. Every single time you come back to the 21-day moving average. So this is just what you're going to see happen. This is why I took profits. This is why I'm nailing it. This is why most people are using their emotions. Bang, bang, bang. Right? 125K all-time high, blow off top. Or no. Highly unlikely. We're going to talk about that. Is that the blow off top? Is this the top of the rally? No. We just cleared a key resistance on the weekly and the support band, and we're going to talk about all that right now for you as quick as we can. This is going to be a fast stream. I'm out in like 5 to 10 minutes, so get yourself ready. Get your thinking caps on. We're going to speed through this right now. I got to go eat dinner. I am starving, and I got invited to dinner at 6:30 in a cool little part of town, and we don't have much time to get there, so we're already kind of behind. It is what it is. I'm behind all the time, man. Everyone wants to hang out with the lifer. We can't hang out with everybody, but we try. Jamie does his best to facilitate as many business meetings as he can. It's an amazing time. All right, so let's take a look here at the monthly chart for Bitcoin, right? And I want to show you the monthly chart is beautiful and above monthly resistance. As long as the monthly closes above 116,000, we have no stress. We could even just make a little bit of a flag on the weekly. Like, this is no worries at all. And then right here, this is a rising wedge. Agreed? Rising wedges break up 68% of the time. 100, you know. And if I actually even extended, it's like it didn't breach. I can't say that it breached the trend line. It almost did, though. I feel like it's like at a very poignant point there. Poignant point, eh? Say that 10 times fast. Poignant point, poignant point, poignant point, poignant point. Blah, blah, blah. So, look, can this continue to get all the way up here to 194, 193,000? It's a possibility. $193,095 for Bitcoin. All right, and then you could see this thing do some damage all the way up here to about 57% gains to 191,000. To me, that's what's likely coming. The monthly does show a bearish div, though. But I feel like the bearish div was here. We have since overpowered that bearish div, 100%. And again, this is going to be your last chance to buy Bitcoin below 130K. Like, these are your last chances to get Bitcoin. I kept telling you guys, you had 85. You had all these chances to get 84, 90. I kept telling everybody, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but you saw me buy it all the time. Sam used to take me through the first mega pump. Sam, I love you, guy. Sam used to take me through the motions like he does live on YouTube back in the day with me. God bless you, man. Sam, love you, guy. When you drove the first mega pump from 122.36, no warning to see while watching. What drove the first mega pump? Honestly, just the charts, man. I just look at the charts. You know, the bear div had been there for a while. Pretty much played out. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that call yesterday was insane. When everyone is bearish, real recognize real. I didn't even know everyone was bearish. I don't know what everyone's doing. I don't pay attention to everyone else. I don't, man. I focus on what I'm doing. I have no idea what they're doing. I did see one guy who was real bearish. Yeah, on Twitter. You're right. Yeah, I called him out. Anyway, I love him, though. I even said, may the best thing happen to you. Like, I'm no malice. Like, can't we all just, sports bettors go back and forth. They go on the show, and they guys say, I think Minnesota's going to win. He's like, the Bears. He's like, man, the Bears aren't going to win your heart. What are you talking about? And they have banter. Can't we have a little banter with the price action without hurting each other's feelings? Like, as long as you don't get wrecked and cry yourself to sleep, you know what I mean? Bada-bum ching. So, hey, can we get to 193,000 for Bitcoin? I firmly believe we will. With, like, almost not without a doubt in my mind. But you never know. Anything is possible. So I'm open-minded to believe I will take the best. Every one of you know me that I don't know what's going to happen. But you all know I'm going to take the best possibilities that I can, and I'm going to trade the best probabilities that I can, and you all know that. So, and I've been consistent doing that. So in the next 4 years, it's pretty likely that I'm going to hit my trades. We're going to make gains together, and I'm going to make. I do this for a living. I trade for a living. It's funny. People like make all this like jokes and say this. I made $20K in a week while I was traveling. My man, my buddy saw it. Like, no facade, no BS. It's real, and I don't even like saying it's real because I'd rather you find out for yourself that it's real for you if you use what I teach you. Because I could tell you I made gains does it matter? Does my wallet help yours? No. So even if I made $100,000 today, what the heck did it matter to you? It matters if I called the trade out the flag, though. It matters if the TA worked out, not the money. Because you're going to use that TA. You're going to use those probabilities over time. And that's going to be the bread and butter that we're searching for, right? So let's break it down yet again. We had this symmetrical triangle that broke out. That was the triangle. Here was the bottom trend line. There was the top trend line. They met there in the middle. It fired off to the upside. Now the weekly has a previous resistance, which is now support at 119,500. So as long as you stay above 119.5, you're good to go. So let's go now onto the daily time frame and break this down and see how we're using the bigger time frames to smooth our way down into the smaller ones. This is how you do the sauce. And then look, even a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. I even called this the cup with the handle, and it ripped up the cup and handle. The cup and handle has a measured move. And I got to obsessively show it to you right now because it is what it is. But if I double click this and show you the cup and handle, I mean, that's the cup. There's the handle, and this thing absolutely rips. And when you want to get a cup and handle, you take the wick to the middle wick that offset from the left. I know it's crazy, but that's what you do, and that's exactly where you're going. And look how the cup and handle just absolutely ripped out the handle to the upside. And usually you will get some type of regression at the top of the handle because it's such an explosive move. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days straight. Are you kidding me? With one little red candle in the middle? And I called this 109,300 for you. I gave you the bottom. I gave you it in a short. I talked about it. We re-edited it over and over again. We showed you as many times as we could what was going to happen. With high probability, right? And again, I could have got wrecked. I put tons of money and got on a flight to Singapore. I didn't have access to my internet. And this thing was, when I got off the plane, I realized I was up huge. $7,000 when I got off the plane. It was insane. I was so happy when I got to my first hotel room, up huge. I was like, man, this is amazing. So look, we also talked about this being a W. I tell you to play the W. I tell you not to think they're going to get raided. If you trade every W like they're going to raid the bottom liquidity, you're going to get wrecked most of the time. Stop listening to these people that say they're going to raid the bottom. I don't know. I don't trade like that. I never have and I never will. This is a 68% chance of a breakout. Take that to the bank. Don't miss out on a scientific probability that's been created for you years ago by thinking you know better. I'm telling you. Listen to the scientific probability, back it up, and if you find that same probability, use it to your advantage. Okay? So here's the deal. The daily's now far away from the 21-day moving average, but we're above that big time support, 119.5, and even 120K can get held by that area. So I would start to flag out the daily time frame, just like I said this morning. But I ended up being able to take the smaller pump. And so it looks to me like we're just going to retrace for 5 to 6, 7 days. The altcoins are going to explode. So Bitcoin's going to, this is what happens. In bull runs, Bitcoin pumps and then does these beautifully non-aggressive sideways price action that makes everybody feel good. And they know they don't have to trade Bitcoin for 4 or 5 days, and they can go hard on altcoins. And when Bitcoin gets tight back to the 21, they jump back out of Bitcoin and start trading, back out of altcoins and start trading Bitcoin. This is telling me we're about to have alt season week. Watch your altcoins this week. Highly likely Bitcoin's going to go sideways, and people are going to take all the profits they just made off Bitcoin. Look, a lot of people made huge. I got gains 17K. What did I do? I put some money into Aster with those gains, right? So I offset that profit into a long-term hold. So that's what I do. I make money trading Lev, and then I use that money to buy long-term, okay? All right, so watch for this to go back further to the downside. Don't you feel so alive, baby? Yeah. My arms down. Can't wait to be back with my wife. She can sing me this song, man. Hold me, baby. I miss my baby, man. I miss my wife. You know, my wife and kids, I haven't seen them in days, man. I'm out here. I'm out here in Singapore, man. You know what I mean? American man, traveling the world, man. Meeting all types of people from all ethnicities. Doing business with everybody, man. This is how you do it. Entrepreneuring around the world, man. So, again, same thing with the 12-hour time frame. Overbought on the stochastics RSI, my babies, right? So you can see we're overbought on all my favorite time frames. The daily, the 12-hour, the 8-hour, the 4-hour. Like, we had a massive rally from Friday night all the way through Saturday. It's just nuts. I was able to call because of my time. It pumped. This entire week it pumped during the afternoons while you guys were all asleep in America. I got so many pumps while you guys were asleep. It's insane. So that's why I had to go live right now at 6 a.m. because it's kind of the key point. It doesn't really matter when to go live. It's a matter of when the charts tell you to go live. That's the key here. So the 4-hour time frame too as well. Looks like a little bit of a punch, but we go sideways and then back to the 1 hour. And, you know, so what I would do right now is I would watch that daily in the 4-hour time frame. And it just looks like we're going to go sideways. It may not take this long, but sideways. And you just don't want to go back below 119,690. If you do that, then you're in for some more dump, possibly to 116 and a bigger pullback. I say that's unlikely. I say you're going to hold. These are very strong. Look, resistance, resistance, resistance. You got above it there, fell back. Now you're back above it for the second time. Usually it does hold, okay? So, but I wouldn't be chasing the smaller time frames. I wouldn't be going crazy. A lot happened. There might be some scalping to go on today. There might be some pumps up and down. You never know. But for the most part, look, you lost the 200 moving average on the 1 minute time frame, which is somewhat bearish. You lost it on the 3 minute, and you just lost it on the 5 minute time frame too as well. Now, could you come up and go sideways? Maybe we rip all the way back up here, come back down. I expect massive volatility. People are going to chase. People are going to get wrecked. There's going to be a lot of back and forth in the next few hours. It is, because they're going to see people that were on the wrong side of the trade, and their emotions are going to be kind of offset. We're going to have to wait through. It's kind of like you've cleaned a bunch of stuff. Now you have to keep ragging out the face cloth. Like, we got to get rid of the sauce. You know what I'm saying? The people that went up and down, because there's some they didn't do it right, and they're upset. You know, what we could also see is something like this. Be careful. Like, could this be some shoulders and a head, and do we make some elongated and come back down here? So my key area is 100. I even say right here is key, right there at this high volume node, 120,000. I say we just kind of slowly bleed to 120K on the 1 hour, and we make 120K our next bottom. If that happens, we're going to be ready to rock. So that is your update for the day. Let me just clean it up at the last minute, my projection that I want to watch. So yeah, if I was into like the short term, I'd look for the 1 hour to get a bounce right here, and I'd pull a Fibonacci from this impulse to this area. And look, I mean, that's the 786 right in that golden pocket. Pretty sold pretty fast. I would expect a bit of a bounce here. And there's a chance you get something like this, and then you still rip. There's a chance, you know. But there's also a chance you get a right shoulder and come down. So watch it however you see it. Watch this 15-minute. And if you don't want to be too much of the small time frames, just zoom out. Watch that daily come back to the 21-day moving average. The daily needs to reconnect to the 21. That's just something that has to happen here. But it's not that far away. It's not that far away. That's actually a very bullish sign. Subconsciously, I've seen that many times. So let me just take away everything for a second. So, like, you could technically just keep pushing the 21 up like this, and price action could continue up. This is telling me to watch that 1 hour time frame. So if you really want to know what's going to happen, watch your 1 hour, flag this exact flag out like I have. Make it look like an ascending triangle. Keep this trend up with one touch, flatten the top. See, there is a chance you could get a scalp bounce right here, back somewhere right up, because that was a fast move down. I would expect them to move the price right back up. You get in right here, possibly the stop below the point of control. That's something I would look at. Again, it has to fit your trading style and what you do. I have no idea. I'm just educating you on how I would take it, and look at this. And that 618 golden pocket, very, very key. So I'd be looking for a bounce for Bitcoin, everybody. And that's your Bitcoin update for the day. I'll keep you going with the altcoins. We have people in the trading group that are hitting it up, elite traders, and I'm also searching. So stay tuned for more. This is your fast and furious Bitcoin update on Sunday to get you ready for the day ahead. You're waking up. You have no idea what happened. If you didn't get into this pump, you're a little bewildered. This should set you straight and get you ready. We are looking for this bounce right back up and then consolidation. Could even come back down. So I'm looking for consolidation on the 1 and consolidation on the daily. And the daily looks like the 1 hour may be right. And again, maybe 10, 12 hours from now, I'm live in Qatar Airport and I'm giving you the long right here to the upside. One other thing I got to tell you is I do one more live stream tomorrow morning for the weekly candle close tonight, and then I will not be able to hit the regular live stream Monday at 10 a.m. I will be gone, MIA. I'll be on a plane. Maybe there's a chance I have Starlink and I slide one in there where I'm whispering, but you never know. You never know with Sammy. But for the most part, next time you see me, we'll be Qatar Airport, and that's what it's going to be. Everyone, I got to jump. God bless you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the flip side. Let me make sure I had everything correct. All right. Also, shout out to my channel sponsor, Kinesis.money. I absolutely love what's happening here. I'm earning yield on my silver. Like, I earned yield on my silver, which was pretty awesome. And it's insane. Anyway, so I'm moving some of my Bitcoin profits into silver because I believe when Bitcoin tops, there could be some action in silver. Everyone, I love you. Thank you so much. If you want to trade where I trade, the pinned comment is waiting for you. There's 3 exchange links right there, some of the best in the game. I'll see you guys all on the next one. Thank you so much for everything. Stay blessed, stay amazing. Singapore 2025 F1, man. Did you follow my live stream on F1? That was lit. I gave you guys the front and show. You had to pay a lot of money to see that, man. I'm telling you. I love you all. God bless you. Thank you so much. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Stay amazing. Stay